Hey everyone, it's your girl Emily Curl with iHeartRadio, and I'm so excited because today we're joined by global superstar and 8-time Grammy Award winner, Usher. Hey Usher.
Hey, what's up, Emily? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful, actually. Having a wonderful day. It's hot as heck, but I'm enjoying myself.
Hey, I feel that. Well, listen, we have a lot to talk about, but I want to just start by saying congratulations on your new Las Vegas residency. So exciting, and I want to take it back a little bit. When did you first know that this was something that you might be interested in doing?
You know what? I've always wanted to play Vegas. It was, one of the things that I wanted to, preserve for the perfect moment. And given the fact that we are kind of in a lockdown, there's, who knows where, the new beginning starts and the old becomes new again. But this gave me an opportunity to be able to restart and restart the performance, interaction with your fans. And I just thought, like, man, how long is it going to take for us to be able to tour again? So you have an opportunity to be able to bring everybody from around the world to Vegas and give them all of your catalog. It'll be, a show nonstop with all of my hit records. And also, too, I want to try to create an immersive experience. In Vegas, you have to turn everything up. You're looking at, of course, you're looking at the cars and all of those. So I'm like, you know what? Opportunity to do new creative things. And, as I look back in history and think about all of the legendary artists who've gone there, it meant something for them to finally reach that plateau where they could do it. So I wanted to wait for the right time to do it. And it just felt right, And
okay, so you mentioned going on tours and all the prep that goes into that, but this experience was something that looked a little different. How do you prepare for creating a show like this? What does that look like?
I think it starts with a playlist, right? You got to think of all of the songs that people want and songs that you want to share based off of the story that you want to tell. I think that there's the through lines. There's the things that happen in between all of the hit records. I want to tell that story. That's the part that I'm going to make more immersive. That's where I can tell stories and I can, create a narrative and then get into the hit record. That's right now. But I got another, year to really, work it all out and get prepared. So, again, really excited about it. This is a once in a lifetime experience for all of my fans. It's 12 shows and it's going to be non-packed every night with new experiences. And, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, you better take this one home with you.
I love that. And so now we've had 20 years of Usher music and everyone has a different Usher favorite, right? And you kind of mentioned that, but for you personally, which song gets you most hyped right now to perform to a live audience?
That's like picking your favorite child. There's no such thing,
Please, everyone has a favorite. I'm for sure my parents.
But I think that every song has a different purpose. At a different point in my life, I was experiencing things that felt exciting, felt sad, felt heavy. And so, it might be a ballad, believe it or not. You would assume, okay, maybe it's OMG, maybe it's Yeah, maybe it's You Don't Have to Call, maybe it's You Got It Bad, maybe it's Burn. All of these different songs that I'm playing with, and I'm trying to, figure out how to take people on a journey. So I don't know where it would start. I don't know if I have a favorite. I don't know if I could ever pick a favorite,
That's fair. On the opposite of that, is there one song in particular, you kind of touched on some of your big ones, that is going to be a crowd pleaser? Every time you play it, the audience gets super hyped for it.
I think every time we play Burn, they sing along. I think every time we play You Got It Bad, You Remind Me. I think, even when I go all the way back to the beginning, like My Way, I was talking to Tyler, right, the creator. He was like, yo, you got to know, son, my favorite song ever was My Way. I know the whole, and he started doing the choreography. I was like, yo, for he's like, no, I used to do the choreography every time the song came on. So my point is, sometimes the choreography speaks, sometimes the creative speaks. So thinking of all those things, wardrobe, the story that needs to be told. I've seen so many shows in Vegas. I've seen Michael's show. I've seen Celine Dion's show. I've seen Mariah Carey's show. I've seen, all of these great things that they have been able to do. There's a little pressure on me. I'm like, man, how do I manage to tell that story in a way that takes people on a journey creatively, uses some technique, but then also too plays a little bit of wardrobe, makes sure the dance is there, because everybody's coming for something different,
Yeah. And so many different things they love about you and your creative art. Is there something in particular, you talked about these huge shows, these big legends that you've seen, is there something in particular, those shows, that really jumped out at you where you're like, oh, I want to do something like this. Like, I remember this from this show, I want to bring that to mind.
Well, as I've traveled over the last year and a half, really, actually 2 years. 2 years really focusing on immersive experiences. I've been trying already to find the new experience of live performance. Because if you want to hear, an artist just plug and play, all right, cool, then you get something more intimate. If you want an artist who's going to play their hit records, okay, they might miss certain things. But how do you bring people in where they feel like they're a part of the show? So that type of immersive experience that brings people into the show where they can watch certain scenes of your life. It's not going to be too theatrical. No, it actually is going to be theatrical. But it's art. Like you just said, it's art interpreted in real time and using songs that are significant, the rest of it is yet to be known, and when I'm finished, you'll know it.
So I want to fast forward a little bit. Take me to the moment right before you walk on stage for the first time for your first Vegas show. What do you do right before you walk on stage? Do you have any pre-show rituals?
The funniest thing ever is when you get your wardrobe all ready and you're like, okay, I'm ready to hit the stage. Wait a minute, I forgot to use the bathroom. You gotta go back to the dressing room. It's crazy. You say your prayer, you go out there. But I don't know. I based off of how I'm building this show, I'm not certain when the show starts or when the show ends. If I had my idea to offer to the world, the show would start the moment you leave your room. The moment you are downstairs, the moment you get on the elevator, the show has started. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm excited for this. So we have the show happening all the time. What does Usher do on a day off? What does that look like for you?
Vegas?
Yeah.
Man. You know what? I'm trying to impress upon Caesar's Palace to give me like a special table where I can play spades. I'm hoping that make their standards change where they'll allow certain, cultural things from the South to come to Vegas. They have Texas Hold'em, they have blackjack, but imagine spades.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so now you're also working on your 9th studio album. What challenges have you faced creating this during quarantine?
Letting it go. I think that we as artists, sometimes we might overthink it and not just offer the music. But for me, I'm always thinking of, okay, well, what is the visual? How do you move? How do you look? What is the dance? Because I don't just release music. I'm thinking about how it's going to play out on stage. The actual song. So that's the hardest part for me, because every song has so many ideas, and I'm not able that I can accomplish all of them in a TikTok video or an Instagram post. You know what I'm saying?
Now, speaking of an Instagram post, I kind of want to change the subject for a second. You've also released new music this year, including your new song, I Cry, a personal song about the social and racial injustices of our time. And again, I was really moved by the post that you shared about this song. What impact are you hoping that I Cry has on your fans?
Feel, and for the world to know that in this time, it is a moment to connect. And that song was really about connecting to something. Are you angry? Are you mad? If you cry out, or if you just show emotion and you cry, that shows that you're connected. For me, as a kid, I was almost taught to never cry. As a man, you shouldn't cry. That's not the truth. I think that as a result of being able to show emotion and be vulnerable in that way, it actually begins to move us forward, us connected, and look at someone who's in pain and try and just connect with them, feel what that is. That to me, I think is human. I think that that's what makes us human.
Beautifully said. And then, so like I mentioned, you're releasing new music, and I also want to talk about your new song, Bad Habits, out now. What can you tell me about this one?
Well, I've been through an incredible journey through life, and throughout the last year or two, I've been just collecting these songs. So now, in this position where I couldn't be more happier in my life, I actually feel more happy, more content, more balanced than I've ever been. And maybe it has something to do with the time that we've had to just really reflect and work on ourselves. So yeah, it's a journey. Bad Habits is a truth that I actually just love. You've seen me go through relationships, and I've not had so many fortunate situations. I'm just bad at it, but I'm working at it. And it's like me being forthcoming with the reality of the choices that I've made. And I can admit it. If I can ever begin to address my issues and get better, I first have to admit and recognize that I need to get over something, and I need to deal with something. The song is about that. We'll be destructive in our lives, and we're not realizing it. And before you know it, everything is gone. Everything is just past, and you can move on to the next thing and just continue to keep the same mess going up until you begin to recognize, wait a minute, maybe it's me. Maybe I need to take a moment and realize that maybe I should be honest in this relationship and give this person whom I'm talking to the reality of who they're dealing with. Ooh. And her the ability to determine whether she wants to deal with me. And result of that, maybe it goes as planned and it's beautiful, or maybe I mess it up again. But the reality is, I think that truth is something that's in the music. Yeah.
Wow. Man, I feel like I just had my therapy session. I just talked to my therapist. That was amazing. It's interesting, like throughout this interview, I feel like the word journey keeps coming up, that we're going to get to go on this journey with you in this new Vegas residency, but even the music that you're producing right now is taking us on a journey of where you are, and that's such a cool thing.
I appreciate it, and I hope that people will continue to connect throughout these years. Though they were hit records, they were really moments that were like songs of my soul, and things for them. If you felt something about it, if you celebrated, if you felt pain, if you were able to get over it, if you were to cry, whatever it may have been, that connection was something authentic to me in my life's experience, in hopes that it could help the world.
And so, Usher, as we gear up for the show, where can your fans buy tickets, and where can they find out about the show?
So you guys can go get your tickets now, and starting next July 2021, we will definitely see each other and have one of the most amazing, incredible, immersive experiences you've ever had.
Let's go! I am ready for this immersive experience with Usher. Usher, thank you so much for being here. This was so great. I really appreciate your time. Y'all, how great was Usher? I had the best time. I hope you did too. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to stream Usher's new single, Bad Habits, out now on iHeartRadio. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.